March 18th, 2024. So basically like a month ago. 12 p.m. my brother gets back home after his final exam of class 9. This is the 1-2 week period or so in the entire year when you have complete total freedom. You've just finished your current grade, right? You don't even have your books yet. March 18th was this day for my brother. He gets back home 12 p.m. I greet him at the door, and as he's walking in the door, we shout, we scream, we're jumping. Our mother comes out of her room and she's like, "What are you guys doing? What's going on?" And we cannot contain our excitement. I see the happiness on his face. And I had a surprise waiting for him. So see, here's the thing. Spiderman is his all-time favorite game. And 6 months ago, so mid-October 2023, Spiderman 2 had just come out, and if you know this, that this was like the most anticipated, the most awaited game in years. I had bought him the game in October. We'd literally played for less than an hour, and I had requested him to put it off up until he was done with his exam. And as a very obedient, a very good younger brother, he'd agreed. He had taken me up on that. He'd said, "All right, I'll put it off. I won't play this game up until I'm done with my exams." And we had not talked about it all of these months now. And 18th of March, 12 p.m., he gets back home. We meet at the door just jumping and screaming. And then I make him close his eyes. I take him to his room. He opens his eyes and there's the TV on, the PlayStation connected to it, Spider-Man open. Dude, I don't think I've seen him this happy in his life. And the past couple of days, I had started to feel a little sick myself. I was starting to feel a little under the weather. I had a little bit of a temperature. My throat was hurting, so I couldn't record videos anyway. But I chose to go for it. I made the decision that, all right, even if I work right now while I'm not feeling at my best, it's not going to be efficient, it's not going to be optimal. So let me just take a few days off and then I'll get back to it. 2 weeks. In exactly 2 weeks, my brother's school was reopening for his 10th grade. It was an all-out dopamine overload. We hadn't intended for it to get as bad as it did, but man, by the end of the 2 weeks, it was from the moment we woke up to the time we went to sleep, it was just PlayStation. Of course, in between binging on some junk food, ordering out, eating pastries, fucking everything, man. All right, but I had given myself, I had consciously given myself these 2 weeks off. I had a brilliant 3 months of the year so far, achieving more in these 3 months than I had in the past 6. Before that, and my brother had clearly earned his break as well. So I consciously allowed us to go all out, knowing that, all right, just this coming Monday we end it. The 1st of April comes, we wake up in the morning, and before my brother leaves for school, we pack up the PlayStation, we remove the wires, put everything inside a drawer and get done with it. And man, honestly, I had figured that I would just pick right back up where I'd left off. So this day, I sit down, I open up my work. There was a video I'd half brainstormed before my break, and it had taken me like 15 minutes, man, to brainstorm that video. I figured I'll just complete this next 15 minutes, then I'll see what I want to do next. Dude, that video, what should have taken me 15 minutes, the entire rest of the day, I was not able to finish. It felt like I just lost this skill of focus that I used to have. I saw my focus go from 2 hours to fucking 10 minutes, man. I genuinely have never felt worse about myself. That was day 1, man. Day 2 again, I tried, but I didn't wake up at the time I wanted to, so I missed my meditation, I missed my morning routine, got straight into work, and again, terrible, dude, terrible. 3rd day, I finally woke up at 3:30 again, made myself sit down for my meditation. I don't remember my meditation sessions being as bad as they were this day, ever. I didn't know that they actually could get as bad. So I did my meditation, but it was terrible. It sat down for my deep work bouts. Again, just zero focus, man. In the entire day, I think I was able to brainstorm 1 video. Outright terrible. Day 4, meditation started to get a little bit better. By the start of the 2nd week, by the 8th day, by the 9th day, things started to get better. I was able to record a few videos, my meditation for at least 10 minutes. I was able to sit down with good focus. The cravings went down. I was able to stick to my healthy diet without much problem. Things started to get better. I was starting to be able to breathe again, man. Yesterday was the first day that I went, man, I feel like I am back. It took me 2 weeks. An entire 2 weeks, man. From that Monday of the 1st, it took me 2 weeks up until the 15th. Today is the 16th for me. It took me 2 weeks. The most grueling 2 weeks, dude. I don't know if I could do it again. That bad, man. And this was my perspective all of this time, that, man, this took everything from me. It was too difficult, it was too much. But then I sat there around late afternoon yesterday, and I said to myself that, wait, yes, it felt like an eternity, it felt like a year, these 2 weeks, but when you zoom out, when you really think about it, 2 weeks is all it took. 2 weeks is all it took for me to go from a 0 to 100, to regain all my lost ground, to get back up to speed, to get back up to rhythm. That is insane. And if you don't believe this, ask yourself, when was the last time you put yourself through 2 weeks of an all-out attempt at changing your life? When was the last time you quit sugar for 2 weeks? When was the last time you put your addictions, your dopamines aside for 2 weeks? When was the last time you forced yourself every single day without fail to sit down in front of your work a couple of hours a day for 2 weeks? The only thing that kept me going was knowing that it gets better. Knowing that this isn't even 1% of my usual level of work, level of focus. The only thing that kept me going was that, because if I believed that this is what work looks like every day, oh my God, I would have just noped out of it, man. Dude, by the end of 2 weeks, again, like I said, I was back at 100%. Maybe even 5% above where I was at, but it took me 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks. 2 weeks is all it takes, man. Everything that you want out of your life, your dream life, is on the other side of 2 weeks. 2 grueling weeks, I'm not gonna lie, but 2 weeks nonetheless. Just because you don't want to put yourself through these 2 weeks, you're spending months and years and years and years not making any progress, just hoping and waiting and wishing for things to change, for things to get easier. But if you just put yourself through those 2 weeks, by the end of this month, your life could look different, man. You're waiting, years have passed you by. I'm telling you, by the end of this month, you could turn your life around. Right? Let's to be on the safer side, let's say 3 weeks. Not 2, let's say 3, but I guarantee you, in less than a month, you can turn your life around. I'm not gonna lie, it is difficult. It is grueling, it feels impossible, it feels never ending. But again, at the end of the day, it is less than a month to change your life. So put yourself through these 3 weeks, man, and turn your life around. And in doing so, make your dreams a reality, one day at a time.